Hello there YouTube, and welcome to a starter guide to become a warrior in survival mode. Nice and easy early on. If you're wondering how to build up a warrior right from the start, this is the video to watch. And straight off, I'll point out, this is, just show you quick, this is on survival mode and legendary difficulty. I have just run through Helgen Keep, and just some important things before we do get going. In there, I went with Hadvar, who you'll see just up ahead. That is important for this particular run. I've got a longbow, iron arrows, an iron sword, and an iron warhammer, which the longbow and iron arrows will be given to you. The iron sword you can also find in a chest in the first room, and the iron warhammer, if you side with Hadvar, you're almost certainly going to get one of these, because Stormcloaks will almost always carry them, and it's a very good two-handed weapon. This isn't necessarily essential to the run, but it's good to get. For apparel, I made sure to pick up the novice hood and novice robes, because they're just good to have. There's also an iron helmet in the last room with a bear, so I picked that up. I've got Imperial light armor and fur boots and fur gauntlets. I went with these mostly for a bit of a warmth rating, but yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. Potions, take everything you can find. Even if you won't use them, they're good for selling. Food, take literally everything. There's a fair bit of food in Helgen Keep, so just take all of it. Ingredients, also take basically everything. The important things though are spider eggs. You will need those, and the bear claws, you'll definitely need those. In addition, garlic and salt pile will also come in very, very handy. Books, take the spark spell time, we're just going to be selling that, but it's worth having. And in miscellaneous, you will want the bear pelt, so make sure you are killing that bear at the end, because it gives you the claws and the belt, and the pelt even. And that's it all done, and you'll see I'm not eating up all of my carry weight or anything like that. Now what we're going to do is head down with Hadvar. All the way down we go, and I'll cut ahead to a significant bit. As you do head down, some things you'll want to do is look out for blue butterflies, blue mountain flowers, and purple mountain flowers, because you're ideally going to want a healthy supply of all of them. You can pretty much get away without looting on this first little bit, but it's worth doing. In addition, if you come up to any trees with these mushrooms growing on, that's Mora Tapenella, that's another good thing to have, so grab them as well. Now here what I'd normally do is run up that way because there's a random enchanted item over there, but I'm not going to do it for this run, because it is completely random, and we want to stick with Hadvar. And as I say stick with Hadvar, we're also running down, because two things you'll want here is grab the hanging moss, and we're going to activate the warrior stone, just because it's the warrior stone. Now, something I did in Helgen Keep was made sure I got myself all the way up to another level. That's something you will ideally want to do. Now, I've got to basically the entrance of Embershard Mine, and wait for Hadvar to get almost to that rock. There we go. Now, what we're going to do here is run up and literally just whack this bandit once. And then run. Hey, look at that, my one-handed went up. Now, if we run down, Hadvar will now engage with this guy. This is going to save us from having to fight him. And when I say save us from doing it, make sure to stab him in the back whilst he's distracted. And chop him up, and I miss. Alright, well done Hadvar. And make sure to loot him, because he might have some nice stuff on him. I'm not actually going to take any of that, just because I don't need it. So now, continue running down and grab any of the important ingredients. Something you may want to do, which will help out quite a bit, is just camp yourself here for a second, and come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, jump in the stream, jump in the stream, jump in the stream, and what we're going to try and do is catch a salmon roe. Which can be tricky at times. Wow, I'm really not... Come on. Just spam the catch button whilst jumping up the stream, just like a bear would. Oh, you do have to get really accurate, and it has to be one of these ones that is jumping up the stream. Oh, come on. There you go, and there you get salmon meat and salmon roe added. That's a very handy ingredient, and... Okay, Hadvar's just there, that's good. Into Riverwood we go. Let's grab some more Mora Tapenella, because there's some right outside here. And then I saw, yep, there's Sven, and there's Faendal, actually. Let's talk to Faendal. What's your problem with Sven? And run through all of this. Doesn't really matter what you say at this point. Just make sure you've talked to him and get a fake letter. There's some cabbages here which we're going to pick up. And it's also worth going through all of these barrels quickly and taking any useful food items. I'm also going to eat all of those apples, and you'll notice I am now satisfied. But potatoes, leeks, cabbages, tomatoes, salt piles, anything like that, just take them and keep them on your person, because they will come in handy in the future. Into Alvor's house here, we now speak to him and ask if there's any supplies we can take. Take any food, and an iron ingot. I'm not sure if this is guaranteed, but it almost always seems to turn up. I'm not going to worry about the belted... Actually, I'm going to take the belted tunic for now, and just continue with the whole main quest dialogue here.
We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers...
Now, with this out the way, there's a bunch of gold you can take, which you may as well. In addition, make sure to search through chests for more gold and sometimes items. There's also some food here and a chicken's egg, which you will want. A salmon steak, that's good for restoring hunger. I'm taking the snowberries. And leeks, garlic, potatoes, and up here, some dried elves ear, garlic. I didn't mean to take the wooden plate. And dried frost Miriam. Yeah, you're going to take a whole bunch of stuff you probably won't need, but that's just part of the fun of it. And down here, you also have some iron gauntlets, troll fat, and where are the iron boots? Iron boots. So I'm now going to put on the iron boots and iron gauntlets. And I'm actually going to put on the belted tunic. This is not ideal, but something you will want... Oh, I'm in a there we go. Something you will want before you carry on with this is ideally for your heavy armour to be above your light armour skill. So as an orc, your heavy armour starts out at 25, so that's not going to be a problem. And your light armour's at 15. So you're not going to worry about that at all. However, if you start out as like a Nord or something like that, then you might need to level your heavy armour a bit for this to go ideally. Isn't essential, but it's all about going ideally and making things easier for you. Finish looting that, and what you want to immediately do is take 5 steel ingots right here and 5 iron ingots as well. Now that we've got some iron ingots, we head into the Riverwood Trader, and make sure you're helping out Faendal in this. You want Faendal on your side, so if you talk to Faendal, choose the lie option. If you talk to Sven originally, choose the truth option. And here, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to check... Alrighty, have you got any... Don't worry about that. Now on here, you want to sell off any stuff you don't need. So here, I'm selling the fur bits there. I'm selling him all of these potions, except for the stamina and the healing, just because we might end up needing them. I sell him a Spark Spell Tome, a bucket that I picked up. Yeah, also make sure to empty out your inventory of anything you really don't want on you. And food-wise, I sell just the wine, because everything else I am going to want. Sell a single hunting brew mead, but keep the other, and I also keep the Blackbriar mead just for future stuff. Now that we have done that, set up the quest objective to talk to Faendal, and you find out he hides underneath a bridge, because that's helpful, isn't it, Faendal? And take him as a follower, and immediately trade with him.
What do you want me to carry?
And what we're going to do here is just take all of this stuff.
Get going then.
Now that we have the key to Faendal's house, head over to it. And straight away, some barrels, tomatoes, potatoes. There's also some cabbages and leeks. Leeks are very important to grab, make sure you take those. Actually, inside his house, and there are 2 saber-cat pelts. They'll either be up here or on the floor. Also, some potions and a banded iron shield. We are most definitely taking that. Make sure to check inside the chest as well, because there might be some useful stuff, which there is. And also some of the food on here can be quite handy. Chicken's eggs you'll definitely want, as well as salmon steak and grilled slaughterfish. In addition, if you look up, whole bunch of ingredients and animals. Harvest all of them. I think I'm now over carry capacity, but that is fine, because we're about to give Faendal a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to ditch on him all of the crafting ingredients. I'm also giving him the Novice Hood and the Novice Robes, and the Imperial Light Armour. And he also takes the iron dagger and the iron warhammer.
Let's get going then.
Now, we're still in here. Make sure to take the troll fat just up there. And even more ingredients. Before you head out, use the cooking pot. One thing you definitely want to make is vegetable soup. This is insanely good for any warrior on survival mode or not. So I can make 5 of it currently, thanks to the 5 leeks I had, which we took outside of Feindor's place. So, that's 5 vegetable soup. In addition, you should have some rabbit haunch and ideally some salt pile. If you have, make as many of these as you can. For me it's 5, because I picked up 5 salt pile just on the way from looting barrels. Make sure you are looting all of the barrels whilst doing this. Now, outside we go. We are now heading back to Embershard Mine. Make sure Feindor sticks close to you during this. And if you didn't fight the wolves before, you'll now have to deal with them. So try and let Feindor, get them all riled up. And then, you ideally don't want to be hit by them, because they can cause diseases, which we do not really want. So that shield we picked up is good for staggering. And once they're dead, just loot them for wolf pelts. At the entrance to Embershard Mine, there should be a woodcutter's axe somewhere. And now, inside Embershard Mine itself, this is where you'll need to use a little bit of strategy.
Like the looks of this.
So, Feindor. Okay, try and get Feindor somewhere over this bit. Come on, Feindor, onto this side, please. Alright, he's not going to go there. However, we're going to make him wait. And make sure you do not activate this. Make sure Feindor doesn't activate it too. This is probably the trickiest part. Now, grab the fly amanita here, and make sure to take the torches away too. Now, you should have got a hunting bow from Feindor when you looted him. What you're going to do is... okay, they've noticed me straight away. That's fine though, because we need them coming over to us. Yep, you'll level up sneak a fair bit during this too. Land a couple of arrows on them. Then, as they run through the trap and let it fall down. Now, okay. Run them back through the trap if need be, and that should kill them. You ideally don't want to get hit, but this can happen. Then let Feindor deal with the other guy. Now, straight off, you've got a good chance of getting some steel stuff. For example, there is a steel sword straight away. And also fur armor, which is great for warmth, and if you do decide you're going on light armor. Now, with those guys dead, what you want to do is jump down here, grab some more fly amanita, and grab a pickaxe. That is very important. Also, more fly amanita here. And straight away, mine the iron ore vein. With that iron ore vein mined, there is now another one just past the bridge and up here. Now leave Embershard Mine, and you're going to run back almost to where the entrance was. So start running this way, and I'll meet you when we start diverting off. Right, run back up to the start of where you exited Helgen Keep originally, and now you're going to want to run along this way. I'm going to not cut this out, because this area can be a little tricky to find, but if you basically go almost due west, then we should, you'll see this little smoky bit up here. And down that way is the little bandit camp, which plenty of you will know. Run up here, and we come into a clearing with 1, 2, and 3 corundum ore veins. So what you want to do is mine all 3 of them. Back into Riverwood, and we're not going to stop off here. Instead, we are going to run right through. However, as you run through, you can pick up over this way. Hold up. Just jump up here. There'll be some more fly amanita. And, 2 fly amanita there. In addition, as long as you don't get stuck on a rock, you can run up here. And is it this side or the other side? It is the other side? I thought there was a... Oh yeah, here it is. 3rd fly amanita there. So plenty of fly amanita, and you're going to need all of that. Alrighty, up on this part, we are going to get to a wolf up this way, which you're all familiar with. However, on legendary difficulty, on survival mode, this guy can be a bit tough. So what you want to do is just get his attention. That'll draw him over to you. And come on. Come on, Wolfie. Wait, come on, Wolfie. That's it. Let's make sure Feindal's the one that attacks him. Bash him if need be. And there you are. Feindal deals with him. Yep, although this run does involve some combat, you're basically getting other people to do it for you. And once again here, there's some Moritapanella, thank you, on both sides of these. So make sure to grab that. As you're heading towards Whiterun, make a quick stop at Pelageya Farm. First of all, there are some more barrels you can loot, so make sure to do so. In addition, next to where the giant is fighting, we're not actually going to get involved with that. However, there's more cabbages here if you happen to need them. And there's a couple of chicken's eggs, and I'm getting cold, alright. Seeing as I'm getting cold, something to do quickly is equip a torch. This helps you stay just a little bit warmer. Now, head over to the giant, and just beyond him, we're not actually going to get involved with the fighting, but just beyond are some leeks, which are our shortfall at the moment on vegetable soup. And as long as you're looting plenty of barrels, you should be getting a fair few tomatoes. Let's take all the leeks, and why not take a cabbage too? As you get to the doors of Whiterun, make sure to persuade, it's just a free level up in speech. And also take these 2 lavender. Now, into Whiterun itself, there's a whole bunch of alchemy ingredients here. The only things you really want to focus on picking up, though, is, well, checking the barrels, obviously. And, nope. Also grabbing a few lavender along the way. So what we're doing is heading straight up to Dragon's Reach. On the way up, there is also hanging moss. There's a second one there if you feel like grabbing it. I'm not going to just yet, but on the way down, you definitely should. Inside we go, avoid Irileth, and I said avoid Irileth, and talk to the Jarl. Now just run through the whole blah-de-blah talk with him quickly. Whilst they're talking, something that's always worth doing is running over to Farengar here, ask if he's the only wizard in Whiterun, and agree to deliver the frost salts. Now back with the Jarl, and what he'll give you here is steel armour. As long as your heavy armour is higher than your light armour, he should give you steel armour, almost guaranteed. Before this happens, you can always just save, but you should be fine. This isn't essential to the strategy, but it sure is useful. Now, because I'm over carry capacity again, just trade with Feindal. And I'm going to quickly give him pickaxe, longbow, all my arrows, my iron sword, my steel sword, and my hunting bow. Oh, I did not mean to give him the pickaxe. Take back the pickaxe. My pickaxe. There we are.
You lead, I'll follow.
Why do I have arrows still? Alright, game's being a bit glitchy about that. And I'm not going to bother continuing with the main quest at this point. What I'm instead going to do, oh, my torch has run out, is head in here and there's a whole bunch of food. What you'll definitely want to grab are the leeks, the garlic, and the tomatoes. Those are utterly essential. There's also Elvisir here, so I'm going to take that. Now do a bit of cooking. And make all the vegetable soup you possibly can. Back out of Dragon's Reach, and straight off, head down into the water. Raise a skeleton for some free gold, and if you swim down, you'll get Nordic barnacle clusters. Make sure to get a few of these. Don't need to worry about all of them for now, but grab a few. In addition, more lavender and blue mountain flower, which are always great to have. Down into the main markety bit of Whiterun, and along here there is a wood chopping block. What we're going to do is chop wood, surprisingly, and I'm also warming up because I'm near a fire. And come on, animation, there we go. We now have some firewood. And with that firewood, we're now going to head into the inn. Talk to Holder and sell her some firewood. There we are. That's 10 gold we get. Yep, our money problems are now sorted. And you out the way. Now we get to sleep in this bed for free. And make sure to sleep until business hours on the next day. And at this point, you will level up. and either put it into health or stamina. Honestly, I'm going to do one of each, just because the extra carry capacity will help, but also, yep, I'm getting very hungry. I'm now famished. This is something you'll want to keep an eye on. Yep. No, stay on famished. Yeah, attacks with weapons are 40% slower. That's very bad. So, what we're going to do is start eating some food. And best thing to start off with is any junk food that you don't really want. With ourselves all fed, and that all done out of the way, take the dragon's tongue, and then head into Arcadia's cauldron. Inside here, stand in the fire for a sec, give her frost salts. You'll immediately get a few potions, and also access to all of these ingredients. Make sure to take the canis root for certain. Blisterwort's always good. Honestly, you should take all of this. Well, all of it that isn't steel, obviously, but for now, spider's eggs, blisterwort, canis root, those are the most important things. Oh, and a taproot, let's take that. Now, we're going to make a few power potions. First up in the power potion selection, we have bear claws, canis root, and where is it? Spider egg. This, we can only make one of it, but that's got a value of 380. Next, if you've got salmon roe, this is a great time to make this. So salmon roe, which looks really weird, Nordic barnacle, and garlic. That was from Dragon's Keep just a minute ago, and here, potion of water breathing, which has a ridiculous value. So if you can get a salmon roe, get it. In addition, we have dragon's tongue, fly amanita, and moritapanella. This is another power potion you can go for. I should point out you won't need to go for all of these, but you're going to want a fair few just to make some gold. As another one, as like a last ditch for if nothing else, blue butterfly wing, blue mountain flower, and bone meal. That's another easy one to make, which will get you some gold. And final one, so you've got plenty of options, blue mountain flower, hanging moss, and lavender. Yet another which can make you some gold. Now with a whole bunch of power potions made, just talk to Arcadia and sell her any of these that you can. Start off with the water breathing one, because that'll basically be all of it. In addition, she gave you some potions, so you can sell those back if you want to. So I'm going to sell her one of her own potions back. Head next door into Bellafor's, check on his miscellaneous. If he's got any corundum ore, you ideally want that. However, he hasn't. So we're just going to sell him a couple of power potions and drain out his gold supply as much as possible. There we go. That's him pretty much sorted. We've still got a few more, so you don't need to make all of the power potions I did, but the more you make, the more gold you can make. Now, head down to Adriana at the forge, and what you're going to do here is quick save, because we're going to check over how much stuff we actually have. No, we're not. What you really want to do first is take your crafting supplies back off of Faendal, because you lumbered them all on him whilst you were over carry capacity. So, bear pelt, corundum ore, take any pelts you've got, any iron ingots, any steel ingots, you'll want all of those. It should be all of the crafting supplies off of him. Don't worry about the gems just for now. So what we currently have are bear pelts, well, a bear pelt and 4 wolf pelt. That is more than we need. We also have 2 saber cat pelts, so even more level we can make from that. We have 5 steel ingots from the blacksmith in Riverwood. We have 6 iron ingots, also from the blacksmith in Riverwood, as well as 6 iron ore and 9 corundum ore. So, first up is our Adrian. Stop walking away. We need to talk to her quickly. Ask what she has for sale, and no corundum ore. What you're ideally looking for there is some corundum ore. However, how much iron ore did we have? Yeah, we need 3 more iron ore to match the corundum ore we've got there. So we're going to buy 3 iron ore of her. Does not cost much at all. And now, head over to the smelter, which might take a while whilst you're over carry capacity. And make all the steel ingots you can. In this case, we've got 9 steel ingots we can make off of that. Now we get to a grand total of 14 steel ingots. And this is all we should need. This is like the bare minimum point you want to get. And here, you will now want to go up into your skills, and you need at least 1 perk point, and you're going to need smithing at 20. This means you can play as a Nord, Orc or Redguard and do this immediately. However, if you're playing as a different race, what you're going to need to do is make a whole bunch of iron daggers. And that's going to take you a little bit longer, but getting all the iron ore and iron ingots isn't too difficult. You can just buy those and sell power potions to the other vendors to get a bit of cash. As you'll see, we've got a whole bunch of excess gold. We're currently sitting on 1,709, so that's not a huge concern. But once you've got smithing up to 20, take the steel smithing perk. Then go onto the blacksmith forge, and you'll see here that I need to make some leather strips. So, straight away, turn the 4... Oh, just turn all of this into leather actually, you might as well. And then make yourself a whole bunch of leather strips. Go onto the blacksmith forge and go down to steel. Now we've already got steel armor, so we don't need to make that. However, if you somehow didn't get steel armor from that, if your heavy armor wasn't high enough, or if you just got really unlucky, this is now the time you can make it. However, keep in mind that we'll use up 4 steel ingots, 3 leather strips, and an iron ingot. Instead, what we're going to do is make ourselves the rest of the armor. So let's start with the helmet. You can go for a standard helmet or a horned helmet. Obviously, you go for a horned helmet because it looks cooler. So, helmet out the way. Now, gauntlets. There's steel Imperial gauntlets, and there are steel Nordic gauntlets. Both of them offer you the same, so just go with whatever one you prefer. I don't think there's any others. No. I'm going to go with the Imperial myself. Now, with the boots, there's cuff boots and steel shin boots. You want to go with the cuff boots. Cuff boots have a warmth rating of 24, while the steel ones only have a warmth rating of 7. So go with the steel cuffed boots, the ones with the little fluffy bits on top. Now straight away, that has given us, we've got steel armor, steel cuff boots, steel horned helmet, and steel Imperial gauntlets. As an orc, we get a bonus to our warmth rating, and I'll show you that right now. Fortified warmth of plus 10. However, this armor on its own would give us 131 warmth rating, the highest of any armor set in the game. So we've immediately got ourselves the best warmth armor rating with a total armor rating of 82 at the moment, which is not half bad for level 3 right at the start. Now, we've got ourselves a full set of steel armor. However, we don't have any great weapons. We did pick up a steel sword and we've got an iron warhammer, but we can do one better than that. If you head into the companions and go downstairs, you can join them simply by talking to Kodlak Whitemane and asking to join the companions. Then just let them go through this little talking bit. At this point you can potentially start stealing stuff, however I would advise against it just because of hired thugs. If you're not playing on legendary difficulty though, they're not going to be much of a challenge, so feel free to just take all of the coin purses and chorus eggs and all the other great stuff that's just lying around for you to grab. Once you're finished talking to them, you will get the Take Up Arms quest. From there, you will now have Wilks come outside and ask you to fight him. Now in your possession you should still have stuff like a pickaxe, so you're all sorted here.
Is someone there?
Okay, this might be one of the glitches where he actually does combat properly. Is it? No. Good. Sometimes he can glitch out and properly try and kill you, but he didn't properly this time. He only hit me a little bit.
Not bad.
And yep. Now that that's done, we get Wilks' sword, which is a good sword. This is a Skyforged steel sword. What you're supposed to do is give it to Yorlan Greymane. What we're going to do is run off and keep it. Now, if you, however, do want a two-handed weapon, what you can do instead is give it over to Yorlan Greymane, then run down and give Ayala her shield, do all of that stuff, get properly initiated into the companions, and then there's a steel warhammer here, which will no longer be classed as stolen, and you can instead just take it. But at this point, we now have Wilks' sword, which is a very good sword at the start of the game. Base damage of 12 is not bad. We got full steel armor and a banded iron shield, which will get us over 100 armor rating straight off, plus a warmth rating of 141, normally 131. In addition, we have over 20 vegetable soup. These, if you eat them, not only does it restore 380 points of hunger, which is the maximum amount, but it gives you health and stamina regen. Health regen in survival mode is insanely good because health doesn't regenerate anymore, and stamina regen lets you do infinite power attacks for 720 seconds, which is a long time. In addition to this, you'll likely have a couple of power potions, or at the very least ingredients with which you can make even more power potions, and you'll have some additional steel ingots to improve your gear. I would advise waiting till your smithing is a little higher before spending these though, as by the time you hit, I believe, either smithing 22 or smithing 24, it boosts up the amount it improves it by again. So that is just my quick little starter guide for how to build a warrior. So we are now at level 3, we've only just made it to Whiterun, we've done barely anything, but we have ourselves a follower kitted out with an iron warhammer and a bit of armour here and there, and we have ourselves in full steel armour with a maximum warmth rating, an armour rating of over 100, and a decent weapon and a whole bunch of food, and we're pretty much at this stage ready to just go on and take on whatever Skyrim has to offer. So, that was how to build a warrior in survival mode, legendary difficulty, from the start of the game. Apologies that this guide is a little bit long, but there's a lot of stuff to cover, such as the chopping up firewood gets you a free bed, there's getting ingredients for Arcadia gets you extra stuff, there's a whole bunch of little things you can do to just optimise everything that goes on. If you did enjoy this, make sure to give it a like. If you want to see more guides or builds or challenge runs, then there's a ton more on my channel, so make sure to subscribe. And share this video with anyone who doesn't quite know how to get started with a warrior on survival mode. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.